Hey guys, what's up? Rick here with another Destiny video. Welcome back. Today I wanted to discuss kind of our last event that we're getting into. We are entering that last piece of the roadmap for the opening of Destiny 2 Shadowkeep, which means that we are finally coming across the final assault against the Undying Mind. So this is kind of my take and thoughts on what we may see. Some of you may probably have already read this as well. Some other people have the same ideas. But a couple things I would probably like to see with this final offensive leading into the Season of the Dawn. I think in December the 10th is when that will drop. And we'll see our unfortunate nerfs of the Recluse and our beloved One-Eyed Mask. I freaking love that. As a Titan main, I love that item. But it's not the only one that I'll use. So, not going to talk about that today. That was in another video. So, let's get into it. Like I said, we've officially reached the last item in the Season of the Undying. The roadmap is now ending. It's now finally taking us to fight that namesake of the Undying Mind. So, for weeks now, Ikora has built that awesome little Vex shield and at the tower itself. And a lot of people have been like, why the hell are we doing that? We're going to bring the Vex into this. The Vex are going to invade the tower, which actually I think would be pretty cool. Make it a little bit interesting and freak things out a little bit. But basically to do this, I mean, you have to have that portal to get to the Undying Mind and kill it. You got to be done. So what will that look like in the game? What will we see? What do we expect to see? Well, here are a few options that I think could happen and would be interesting to see if it did. First and foremost, a new strike. I really like this idea if they did do it that way, especially with the arrival of the Undying Mind, to present us a third strike for Shadowkeep. Unfortunately, it was one we only got two, and one of them pretty much was a campaign mission. But I was still fine with it. I really enjoyed both of the strikes. I thought they were fun. The length of them was great. So overall, I enjoyed what they had. But I think if they brought a third one, that would be awesome. So that strike itself could maybe like either a fully new one or maybe like a reimagining of the original Undying Mind strike in the Destiny 2 zones, or maybe a reimagining of the Infinite Forest, since we're also ending the Festival of the Lost, which actually would be pretty cool if they did it that way. But a third one, turning this into a third strike does not seem out of the realm of a possibility, and I think that would be enjoyable. Secondly, a new Vex offensive boss. That could be they change things out. That could be that we don't fight the giant Minotaur at the end anymore. We fight something else. So who knows? It could be that we have to run a new version of the Vex offensive with the Minotaur so that he dies enough times where the entire thing shuts down and we are presented maybe with a new boss at that point. Or they could present us something with, you know, a giant harpy or something maybe similar to what the raid may have had. So couple ideas that it could just be a new boss associated with in a new area. I'm not sure if this would be my favorite idea that they could do. I mean, they could end up making it this simple. But I doubt it could be the case, especially with a direct launch point for the Vex offensive coming from the tower, leading us to something else, which would kind of, like I said before, would eliminate any of the possibilities of anything else, eliminate the reason for doing all these runs in the Vex offensive. So I don't know. There's probably something within the lore or a triumph or something that I may be missing that could present something, but who knows? It is what it is. But that last thing that I do think that could take place, and this is actually something I think that would be very, very fun and something interesting, something new, or different, I should say, is that it could be something entirely different. Maybe the portal could take us straight to some boss area. Like we go in, not going to fight any ads or lead up to or anything. It takes us straight to a boss arena where we score up against the Undying Mind in a fight immediately. Or could be like a shorter mission that leads us into that battle as well. But nothing like a fully fledged strike, but a lengthy boss battle. Another aspect of this, something other I thought of, could be that it uses the first time that Bungie, and I would love to actually see this, especially after the community event with the Hive, they use a community event with the Undying Mind Final Assault to progress the story forward. in doing that, I think it would be very fun to bring the community together, have them, you know, as a final assault, kill millions of Vex over the course of a few weeks leading into Season of Dawn, and, you know, kill the Undying Mind, the boss itself, several 100,000 times or something like that. Be something a little absurd, but I wouldn't put it past the community, considering how we eradicated the Vex from Mars, basically. I think it would be very fun to have something like that. So whatever the new activity is, I think that either of these ideas would be very fun for the community to either jump right into it or have it as a community grouping to continuously go against a challenge. But at the same time, that this would make sense from a perspective with Bungie from a gameplay side and from a lore side for the fans to get along with and have fun. Since Ikora for weeks now has been telling us that we literally need to kill the Undying Mind. So if we literally have to do it, I think the community will just pull the guns out and let's get to town. Other thing about this and the final event, I don't think we'll see any rewards coming from it. Maybe like a pinnacle drop, some sort of full slate and Vex armor. Like we already had stuff from the raid, we had stuff from the campaign in both the Vex side and the moon. So we'll see. I mean, if they did have something, either a pinnacle drop, maybe a catalyst of some sort, but I don't see us seeing any type of masterworked items or anything like that. Fingers crossed, though. I really would like to see at least a masterwork item come out of it if they had push forward. Now, story developments going forward. The one thing this kind of been talking about, especially with being the focus on the Vex and the resurrection and timelines and all this other stuff. And there's been a lot of rumors lately coming out about the Season of Dawn leading into fixing a timeline, quote unquote. That means that kind of killing the Undying Mind may screw something up. If we do it that way, then, I mean, we probably have to. That means that here we go. We're screwing things up again. That means that with timeline process, we could see Osiris come back into the story. I actually think that would be pretty cool if they made him relevant again, especially with how his lore is and everything else with timelines. But the other thing too is I actually would think it'd be cool if they brought in a different lore character. If they brought in someone like a Saint 14, which is the helm of the namesake that I'm wearing with my Titan here. So, you know, if that's true, and say that does screw up a timeline, and what changes going forward with the Season of Dawn? Well, of course, the Season of Dawn makes it sound like we're gonna have something new. We're gonna hit a reset button on something else, which is kind of what I felt like they did leaving Activision and creating and going lone wolf with Shadowkeep, which I'm perfectly fine with. I think that would be awesome if they did hit reset and change a few things up, reimagined kind of a few of the strikes, which I don't see that happening, or even bring in some older strikes with the new Destiny engine, which would be pretty cool. But the philosophy of Bungie now is a ever-evolving world within Destiny. We've seen that at the tower with the way people are talking. We've seen that at the tower with Ikora's new portal coming in. And then finishing out the lore associated at the moon, and now bringing the Vex full hand. I think it'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be really exciting. But anyways, let me know what you think down in the comments below of what you're expecting to see coming from the new update and this final assault. I'm very excited to see. I've been very happy with the PvE aspect of Destiny thus far, and looking forward to see what else coming through. But if you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the like button, and don't hesitate to slap that subscribe button if you have not already. I friggin' love you. Thank you very much. But that does it for today's video. I appreciate it. Once again, my name is Rick. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and thank you.